with you more. Like, all this woke stuff has to end. And you know what? There's a reason for it to end right now.
Rachel Zegler's career trajectory has been a roller coaster, marked by meteoric rises and steep falls that reflect the unforgiving nature of fame in the modern era. Her journey from a breakout role in Steven Spielberg's West Side Story to the controversy-laden Snow White remake, and now a disheartening stage debut in Evita at the London Palladium, encapsulates the challenges of navigating public perception, industry expectations, and personal authenticity in Hollywood. The narrative surrounding Zegler is not just about her talent, undeniably present, but about how quickly public opinion can shift, how the internet amplifies missteps, and how the entertainment industry's hype machine can both elevate and undermine a star. Her story draws parallels with other actors who are thrust into the spotlight only to struggle with sustaining audience connection, revealing timeless truths about fame, resilience, and the delicate balance of image and authenticity. Zegler's current predicament stems from a series of events that have compounded over time, with her stage debut in Evita serving as the latest chapter in a saga of setbacks. Playing Eva Pearn at the iconic London Palladium, a venue with 2,286 seats and a storied history, was supposed to be her triumphant return to theater, a medium where her roots lie. Evita, with its pedigree tied to Andrew Lloyd Webber and Tim Rice, is a dream role for any performer, a chance to showcase vocal prowess and dramatic depth. Yet early booking numbers paint a grim picture. Over 70% of seats remain unsold, with some tickets priced as low as £29.50, a bargain unheard of for a West End production of this caliber. Reports describe rows of empty seats, even in premium sections, creating an atmosphere of eerie silence where applause should have been. Social media posts from ticketing apps confirm the vacancy, with users scrolling through dates in June, July, and August to find front row seats still available, a stark contrast to the sold-out frenzy of shows like Hamilton. This isn't just a quiet week or a slow start, it's a theatrical ghost town. The lack of attendance raises questions about whether audiences have forgotten Zegler's performance or are deliberately staying away. Her recent interviews reveal a palpable anxiety, not just about performing, but about the weight of her past controversies. The Snow White debacle, where her comments dismissing the original fairy tale's themes and calling the prince a stalker sparked widespread backlash, continues to cast a long shadow. Clips from those interviews resurface relentlessly, fueling a narrative that Zegler is out of touch or ungrateful, despite her attempts to move forward. The public's refusal to let go suggests that her challenges are not solely about talent, but about a deeper disconnect with audiences who feel alienated by her public persona. The Evita flop is particularly striking given reports that the show had generated $4 million in pre-sale tickets before Zegler was even cast. The discrepancy between that figure and the current empty seats has led fans to speculate that the number was inflated, a PR tactic to generate hype that never materialized. This situation underscores a broader issue: the theater doesn't lie. Unlike film, where editing and marketing can mask shortcomings, live performance exposes reality in real time. Empty seats can't be G'd away, and the silence of an unengaged audience is deafening. For Zegler, performing to a sparse crowd at the Palladium must feel like a personal and professional blow, a reminder that fame is fleeting when public trust erodes. Zegler's story is not unique in Hollywood's history. The industry has a track record of fast-tracking actors into stardom, only to watch them falter when audience connection fails to materialize. Sam Worthington, for instance, was poised to be the next big thing after starring in James Cameron's Avatar, the highest-grossing film of all time. With roles in Terminator Salvation, Clash of the Titans, and Man on a Ledge, studios bet heavily on his rugged appeal and blank slate persona. Yet, despite the exposure, Worthington never resonated deeply with audiences. His performances were competent but lacked the magnetic charisma that defines a lasting star. By the mid-2010s, his A-list momentum had fizzled, and he faded from the spotlight, a cautionary tale of manufactured fame. Similarly, Jay Courtney was positioned as an action star in the early 2010s, with roles in A Good Day to Die Hard, Terminator Genisys, Suicide Squad, and Divergent. The industry pushed him relentlessly, but the public response was lukewarm. Critics noted his serviceable but uninspiring performances, and audiences never embraced him as a household name. Like Worthington, Courtney's trajectory shows that screen time and studio backing aren't enough without genuine audience investment. Zegler's path mirrors these examples, with her rapid ascent fueled by major roles in West Side Story, The Hunger Games prequel, and Snow White. Her Golden Globe win and high-profile projects marked her as a rising star, but the public's mixed reception suggests that her ascent may have been too swift, leaving little time to build a loyal fan base. What sets Zegler apart is the added layer of backlash tied to her public comments. Her Snow White interviews, where she criticized the original story's romantic elements and emphasized modern feminist themes, were perceived by some as dismissive and preachy. These remarks alienated fans who cherished the classic tale, turning what could have been a magical reboot into a cultural lightning rod. The internet amplified the controversy, with clips circulating alongside accusations that Zegler was woke in a way that felt inauthentic or performative. Conservative commentators like Candace Owens have been particularly harsh, labeling Zegler as charmless, whiny, and deranged, and urging boycotts of her projects. Owens' critique, while polarizing, reflects a segment of the public's frustration, accusing Zegler of hiding behind buzzwords like feminism to mask personal shortcomings. This scrutiny extends beyond Zegler to her Snow White co-star, Gal Gadot, who plays the evil stepmother. Despite reports of a harmonious set, an Instagram comment from Zegler referring to Gadot as a professional pageant queen sparked speculation of tension. Whether intended as a joke or a jab, the remark was poorly received, prompting Disney to separate the actresses during the press tour. At the Los Angeles premiere, their lack of interaction, sitting rows apart and avoiding joint photos, fueled rumors of a feud, though insiders insist there was no real animosity. The studio's efforts to manage the narrative backfired, drawing more attention to the film's troubled reception. Social media posts showing half-empty theaters and memes joking about the film's $300 million budget underscored its failure to connect with audiences, even with Gadot's star power. Despite the criticism, Zegler has supporters in Hollywood who see her as a talent worth defending. Pedro Pascal, known for The Last of Us, posted an Instagram tribute calling her an icon, signaling his admiration for her resilience. Ethel Cain, a rising pop star, shared a supportive message on her Instagram story, urging Zegler not to let the negativity win. Co-stars like Lucy Liu and Helen Mirren, along with actresses like Jamila Jamil and Melissa Barrera, have also voiced solidarity, condemning the disproportionate vitriol aimed at Zegler. Barrera, in particular, criticized media outlets for painting Zegler as difficult or radical, framing her as a victim of an industry quick to vilify outspoken women. These gestures highlight a divide in how Zegler is perceived. To some, she's a talented young actress facing unfair scrutiny. To others, she's a symbol of Hollywood's missteps in prioritizing agenda over storytelling. The theater world, where Zegler hoped to find refuge, offers little solace. The post-pandemic stage industry is struggling, with high production costs and cautious audiences making sellouts rare. For Zegler, whose career began in theater, Evita should have been a homecoming, a chance to reconnect with her roots. Instead, the empty seats at the Palladium reflect a broader rejection, a sign that her public image overshadows her talent. The silence from industry peers who once championed her adds to the isolation, leaving her to face the storm alone. Yet, this moment doesn't define her future. History shows that setbacks can fuel comebacks, as seen with stars like Robert Downey Jr., who rebuilt his career after personal and professional lows. Zegler's challenges highlight the double-edged sword of celebrity. Talent alone isn't enough. Timing, image, and public perception play critical roles. Her rapid rise, driven by studio ambition, left little room for organic connection with audiences. Her outspokenness, while authentic to her, was perceived by some as arrogance, amplifying the backlash. The internet's relentless memory ensures that past missteps linger, making redemption a steep climb. Yet, at 24, Zegler has time to pivot. A return to smaller, character-driven roles or a focus on theater could rebuild her credibility. Authenticity, humility, and strategic choices will be key to regaining public trust. The parallels with Worthington and Courtney serve as a warning. Hollywood can anoint a star, but only audiences decide who endures. Zegler's talent is undeniable, but her ability to navigate this crisis will determine her longevity. Whether she bounces back or fades into obscurity depends on her capacity to learn from this moment, reconnect with audiences, and let her work speak louder than the controversies. Her story, still unfolding, is a reminder that fame is a fragile construct built on trust and tested by time.